see a girl, beautifully broken, perfectly flawed. I don't even know how I made it this far. And I'm asking myself questions like, why did I do it? Why did this happen to me? Then I said, you can get through it. You just have to believe what I do now. Gotta make it all count. So why not me? I'm the perfect person to go through this storm. It won't break me, it won't kill me, I'll move on. And then I'll come out even better than before. And I'll never see this place anymore. Cause my faith is getting stronger every day. I'm removing everything that's in my way. And the fact that I survived another day makes me say, why not me? Why not me? Why? 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 One day I'm up, the next I'm down. Problems coming faster than I can count. Who can I run to? No one to talk to. Can somebody tell me what to do? Why did I do it? Why did this happen to me? You can get through it. You just have to believe what I do now. Gotta make it all count. So why not me? I'm the perfect person to go through the storm. It won't break me, it won't kill me, I'll move on. Then I'll come out even better than before. And I'll never see this place anymore. Cause my faith is getting stronger every day. I'm removing everything that's in my way. And the fact that I survived another day. This is my moment, there's no turning back. It took me a while, but I have no regrets. I'm giving my all, let go of the past. I'm not gonna break, and I won't be afraid. Oh, this is my moment, this is my time. Just move out my way, cause I'm not backing down. Now that I realize who I am, I'm alive. So why not me? I'm the perfect person to go through the storm. It won't break me, it won't kill me, I'll move on. Then I'll come out even better than before. And I'll never see this place anymore. Cause my faith is getting stronger every day. I'm removing everything that's in my way. And the fact that I survived another day makes me say, why not me? I'm the perfect person to go through this storm. It won't break me, it won't kill me, I'll move on. Then I'll come out even better than before. And I'll never see this place anymore. Cause my faith is getting stronger every day. I'm removing everything that's in my way. And the fact that I survived another day makes me say, why not me? Why? Why? I can make it. I can take it. I won't break. No, 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 no. Why not me?
Yes, that's Tasha. That's Tasha, Why Not Me? And I'm telling you, that's one of the songs that we adopted for this play. If my cast, is watching, they'll understand. We're gonna go further in this. Thank you for first. Let me thank you guys for joining in. We got Instagram Live. All the followers from Instagram in. Thank you so much. I see the numbers are climbing on Instagram, coming on as well, and Facebook. Thank you for coming in as well. Thank you so much, Wanda. Please send me that request, please. So I'm gonna bring Wanda in, a very good close friend of mine from Fort Lauderdale listening right now. She gave me the advice and said, "I want you to just bring Wanda in as a co-host." So thank you for that suggestion. So yes, please. So she just said she sent it. So Instagram, I'm bringing Wanda. She's the author of this book right here. Where's that? Put all my notes here. The Storm has a ministry too. All right. If you guys haven't gotten this yet, please check it out. The Storm has a ministry too. So, Wanda, this is my first time bringing somebody on live on Facebook. So let me see the link here. I'm looking down for the request here. Let me see. Tasha watching. Cancel. Let me see if I can just add you on. Oh, here we go. Y'all getting used to Facebook, getting all prestige and all that stuff. Getting we're gonna talk about tonight. We're gonna talk about the whole behind the scene of turning this book into a stage play. The author of this book is Wanda Briscoe, and we're just gonna bring her on right now. And she asked a guy like myself to write this book into a stage play. And I was like, wow, I was amazed when I first met her. So we're gonna talk about all of that tonight. My name is Akiva McClam, the owner and founder of McClam Enterprise Production. If you saw that picture of me advertising, my head done got bigger, or I just grew a lot of hair because I can't put this hat back on my head. Well, I see you laughing at me. So I'm just gonna put it right here, so y'all can see that. That's a McClam Enterprise Production hat. And I'm gonna real quick story about this here. So one of the topics we're gonna talk about is building your business. We're gonna talk about the play. We're gonna talk about behind the scene and some of the things about this here. This hat was I made this hat in San Diego. I would say probably in 2000. I want to say 2012. This way before this basically what I'm saying. I had to vision what I wanted for the play. I mean for the production. So I started buying things and speaking in existence, and created this year and started representing my business wherever I go. So McClam Enterprise Production was I was thinking about it ahead of time, and I created this hat and started advertising it. You know, I would say probably 2010, because we really officially got in business of McClam Enterprise in 2010, and that name wasn't my idea. It was Pastor Brown. He's was the former pastor of Kingdom Baptist Church. Kingdom. I forget the name, but but he left to go to San Antonio. But he spoke into the existence of McClam Enterprise Production. He said, "Wow, I see something here. I see something here." And he spoke into existence, and I started to believe. So I'm about building businesses. You got to start believing yourself. Even as an entrepreneur myself, the devil gonna always try to come in and take these ideas away of you trying to build a business away from you. So whenever you get those thoughts, you got to rebuke it. So let's go further. Once again, Instagram, thank you for coming in. Oops, you guys will see that. Bring that back. And then also Facebook, thank you for coming in. So I see some people on here. I just want to wave at a few people, and we're gonna get down to business. So Wanda, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
That's
I'm
good.
over here sweating all this light coming in from the left to the middle to the right. So I got some Vaseline all over my face. Get ready to box. Yeah. So thank you for everybody tuning in. So, but Wanda, this is something that you and I wanted to do for a long time, to just have a conversation about the play. We're gonna go right into it, and I see you got your Mom to Man Action shirt on. It's one of the things, but what we're gonna talk about of the gun violence in the community, and I remember coming to one of those meetings, and we're gonna talk more about that, how we need more African Americans to attend those meetings, and stuff like that. So let's talk about the book and what made you write this book. The Storm Has a Ministry Too.
Okay, I want to say hello to everyone and thank you everyone for joining in. Um, when I was living in Atlanta, I'm from Maryland, St. Maurice County, and I moved to Atlanta in 1991. And I came back to Maryland in 2016. But before I came back to Maryland on March 31st, 2016, God gave me 6 words. The
Okay.
Storm Has a Ministry Too. And I just did it as a Facebook page. I didn't know what God was giving me those words for or what it was going to be used for. So in early 2018, I started writing the book. That's when God told me it was to be a book. So I started writing the book. The Storm Has a Ministry Too. Got all the way to November of 2018, and then I got writer's block. I can't write no more.
Right.
But I knew that there was one more chapter that God wanted me to write, but I couldn't come up with the chapter name. I couldn't come up with the content. And then when I asked the publisher about it, because she's a minister, a Vision Fruition Group, shout out to them for publishing the book. She said, God is going to give you the title to your book, the last chapter of your book. God is going to give it to you by the end of 2018.
Wow.
Like, wow. So then my youngest son was murdered on December 3rd, 2018. Several weeks after his murder, that's when God gave me the last chapter to the book, and I finished the book. And the title from the different chapters, it's like we all go through storms in our life, whether it's financial, marital storms. You can go through a storm on your job, illness. You can have physical illness. And so it's just to give people a viewpoint on different storms and how you can get through them. And each chapter has scripture references at the end to kind of encourage and give you some meditation to read on.
Right. Right. And I tell you guys, this is an excellent book on Instagram. I don't know if you was able to hear that, but I was just giving you a recap of she was telling the background of her story, why she wrote this book. God spoke and gave her many chapters first first beginning, and she started writing. She started getting the writer block, and she couldn't get the last chapter until her son was murdered in Atlanta. And from there, she was able to write the last chapter of this book. And find this is an excellent book. So I can say, if you guys haven't purchased this book, please go and look it up on Amazon, right? Wanda?
Amazon.
Storm Has a Ministry Too. You can get it on Amazon. And then she met me last year, right?
Last year at your
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I was doing a play here in Maryland at the Harmony Hall. And the play was Deep Cover, Let Your Light Shine in Dark Places. It's dealing with what we're going on now with the social injustice, the police brutality, churches getting together, the community getting together, all this stuff right now, what we're seeing. The Lord gave me that vision back in 2014.
Wow.
Probably around the time when Trayvon Martin got killed, and that's when I started writing the play. I did a Deep Cover. That was the first play. Then I did a sequel of Deep Cover, which is Deep Cover, Let Your Light Shine in Dark Places. So Wanda, you attended that play.
Yeah.
Some of your friends brought you there, and they didn't really tell you about one scene that we had in Deep Cover. It was a mother who played by Lynn Whiting, who's also in this play, The Storm Has a Ministry Too. So Lynn, who's playing a mother who just lost her son to police brutality, and she did this. She spit this one poem by Tasha Banks that wrote the poem, and when she quoted the poem, the mother just screamed out.
Yes.
And you resonated to that.
I did, and Nina Crump, who was playing me in the Storm Ministry Too, invited me. She didn't tell me about any of the play, none of the scenes or anything. So I was there not knowing what your play was going to be about. And when Lynn did that scene, I felt every scream, I felt every emotion that did, because at that time it had only been like 6 months that my son had been murdered. So that was still raw emotions, but she played that part to a T.
And if Lynn is on, Lynn, you hear that, and like you say, you did an excellent job. Even in this play right here, she's doing an excellent job actually playing, and we're gonna go in detail with that too. I mean, guys, if you watching this on Instagram, Facebook, I'm telling you, this is a real live play that's actually happening, real life things. We actually have you got a murder case coming up in December of this year, where you gave me instructions when I was writing the play. There's certain things I couldn't write about or say because of the court case coming up.
Yeah,
Am I correct?
Yeah, because some the things that are public, like the indictments and stuff, anybody can look that stuff up online. So that stuff, that's public. But as far as like all of the details, like what's going, what we had to read for the autopsy report and all of that stuff, that's public knowledge, not unless you just access directly.
Right. So now I'm telling you, by the way, I'm going to announce something here to you. Now, me and you growing closer together by this book and things like this, because when I read this here, for some reason, I'm feeling your pain. It's somebody, I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm just thinking about you, praying for you, because I know, that based on this here, what I was reading, how sometimes when you truly start praying for your saints and things like that, you start feeling their pain.
Yes.
I just felt I can really understand it because I'm not a mother. I never lost a child to gun violence, things like that. Yeah. But some way I was resonating to you where I was always text you, call you, just look out for you. Hey, how you doing today? And all that stuff. Am I right?
Yes.
So with this here, when this announcement, I want to call you. I want to start calling you my adopted sister.
Okay.
And you know why I say that, because you also look out for me.
Yeah.
So
brother's keeper.
Exactly. So we grew closer working together. Where I had it to really, and I want to ask you, when you first read the script, and mind you guys on Instagram and Facebook, I was just finishing deep covering last year, and thank you for everyone who supported that play. The churches, the community, everybody, because any playwright out there, anybody who's doing something, singers, everybody, you're trying to promote something, you're just happy that someone's coming to support you. So at that point, I just want to thank everybody for their support and all that stuff there. So after that play in deep cover, I went right into the Christmas production that was at Middleton Hall. Chef Kendall Selby, he and I worked as a partner together. And we did that play together. He provided the dinner, I provided the entertainment, and also with that, I went right into December with that play, I'll Be Home for Christmas. Then, as soon as that was over, I started getting ready and writing The Storm Has a Ministry too. So I'm reading the book, I'm studying the book. I got little notes for it, I got notes all in here. These notes to myself, the underlying words, keywords. As a writer, I had to really dig in, and not only just read your book, I had to interview you. Not only interview you, I had to come in and shadow you. Shadow you and your family. You invited me to your home where your family was gathering. Yeah. Although I was eating all that good food and the collard greens you made and all that good stuff, I was watching you guys. What I'm saying? I was, Instagram, and everybody listening on Instagram and Facebook, I was watching you guys and watching how you interact, how you're laughing, all this stuff like that. Because I had to really gather more of the story and pull out more of these characters to write the dialogue. To write a dialogue and write more than what you were saying here. And then getting woken up from God early in the morning time at 3 o'clock in the morning and start writing, because he was throwing things on me. And so anybody who's writing, they understand that when you connected to God, he's going to throw those visions at you. Either you're going to wake up and get on and start writing, or you wake up and say, I get it when I'm later on after this 4 or 5 hour sleep. And then I would go ahead and write it. But a lot of time when you do that, you forget. So not only that, Wanda, I also came to your church. And when I came to your church, I started studying your father, your mom, everybody, And then as I was writing, I was able to write the script. It took about 7 months, and at one point I was like, Lord, can I do this? What I'm saying? This Instagram, Facebook, this was my first time ever writing somebody else's story. I done wrote like five, maybe 6 plays of some of my past history, personal things, but my first time actually working somebody else's work and turning into a stage play production. So when you first got the script and you read it, please go ahead and explain to everybody what you thought of it.
When I first got the script, before I could get maybe like through 10 pages of it, it just totally blew me away, especially with the beginning part, the narration part,
Mm.
because there were things that I told no one but God. There were very intimate conversations that I had with God, and that how I felt, how what I was actually going through when I got
Mm.
the phone call that my son had been shot and killed. And
Right,
so no one but God. Things that I
right,
went through in Atlanta, how I was feeling, the emotions. And when I saw a lot of that stuff on paper that you had
right,
wrote, I was like, I have not had those conversations with Akiva, because that was just between me and God. Those early 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, talks with God. And I was like, how did he get that on paper when I
wow.
didn't have those conversations with him? So that
Mm.
let me know right then and there that it was meant for you to turn this book into a play, and that God was actually using you because he was speaking through you to put that on that paper.
Wow, wow. And then when you gave me your remarks, and I was so happy because hey, I was like biting my nails, waiting for you, and I haven't heard. Cause normally you'll text good morning or you email me. I ain't hear from you. I was like, Lord, she
I
don't
was
like it.
I was just crying and crying and crying. I mean, because it was like, how did he get this on the, I'm still baffled. Like, God, these were conversations between me and you. And just
Right.
through everything, it was like I was starting to play the scenes in my mind. And it was just a blessing. It truly was. I was truly overwhelmed.
Wow. So I'm pressing wave on Facebook. Got some people that um I want to mention. Emmanuel's on playing Lil D.
Hey,
Emmanuel, if you hear, just press heart. Let me see if you're still on. But Wanda, tell me about Emmanuel. Well, before you do that, I'm gonna go to Instagram. Instagram. So the few members of the cast is on now, and now we're gonna shift to the cast selection. All right. So those who writers on there, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. So we're gonna talk about the cast now, right? The cast. So this is the time frame. We got Emmanuel here. He's playing your son Lil D, right? Before we go into that, I didn't do any casting call for this play. Um, I think my first time doing a casting call was in 2013 when I did Cain and Abel, right? The story of my brother and I being raised by a grandmother, right? Um, so after that, I just got deep in prayer. I don't mind casting call, but a lot of time I want to just really go and search and pray to God and say, God, bring me the right people, right? And that's what I've been doing ever since. I did a casting call on Deep Cover as well, but a lot of those people came by selection of me going out in the community and led by God. And I don't went from New York way down to Richmond one time, and we got somebody New York that I met on Instagram, T Rex, Terrell Simon, and he been doing his thing, and we've been working together for the last time at least 3 years. He done did 5 productions with me, so shout out to him. And now he bringing in Shalik Rivers out of Atlanta, Georgia. So all these connections God's given me by being obedient, by listening to him. I get on Instagram and I study people. I get people reach out to me on Instagram. Hey, I got this album. I got this music out. I want to be part of your play. And I'm humbled about that. And I go look at that and then look at their work and see how I can implement them into the plays and things like that. Got a young lady that I've been watching in Atlanta, Georgia. She's a gospel writer, rapper. I think she's like 22 years old. I
Wow.
mean, she's killing it. I was gonna try to get into this here and into this play, but I used T Rex and Shalik Rivers for this play, who's just coming out with their first when the album called First. You know, I wish I can play some of that. Um, about that. So the cast selection usually for me is really led by God, choosing the right people.
I have.
And let's talk about Emmanuel and the cast member for Deep Cover for what you have seen so far. Now, everybody who's listening, Emmanuel started studying you last year
Yeah.
after the I'll Be Home for Christmas. Because I told him, I said, Emmanuel, this is what I want you to do. Okay, he was in I'll Be Home for Christmas. I said, I want you to start studying and watching Wanda because the reason I want you to do that, and I explained him the storyline of it. And he said, man, thank you so much, man. I'm humble behind this here. I appreciate you, man. And I said, start studying. I think he sent your request, right?
Yeah.
Immediately?
Yeah. And I
Yep.
know that he was studying me.
Yeah.
I
He
didn't
was
know.
studying you.
Yeah.
So tell me about what you think about Emmanuel playing your son, Lil D.
Emmanuel is an awesome young man. Now
Mm,
my son, my adopted son. And one picture that Emmanuel had posted up early in the year, he had on some glasses. And I was like, I just kept staring at his picture because I was like, my son has a picture with him with glasses on. And then I just put the picture side by side and I sent it to you. And I was,
right.
look at this. Emmanuel's resemblance to my son is so striking. It's like, wow. But
Yeah.
Emmanuel is a professional. I just love Emmanuel's spirit and how he would reach out to me and in Messenger and would just like give me encouraging words, and it's just like our spirits just connected.
That's wonderful. You know, and you're absolutely right about Emmanuel. Professional. I say a professional guy as far as putting in his work. He was studying you, he was studying the D. And like as I grow as a writer, and as a writer, I even go study other writers as far as their I mean, when I say writer, I'll say one of my favorite writers other than Tyler Perry. If you watching Tyler, what's up now, Tyler? No, I'm just but yeah. Um John Singleton. I love John Singleton, the late John Singleton. Um, I was up 3 o'clock in the morning just watching some old clips of John talking about how he made Boys in the Hood with a camera. You know what I'm saying? Just one of those like the camera you all get. I don't know if it was from the phone. I don't think they had phones during that time, but one of those cameras that wasn't really having great images, but they did it. You know what I'm saying? And I love his drive, his image, his mindset. He was doing things, and he brought it. And I love what he was doing. Some of the people in the community was actually people in the community. He went into the community. He said, if I'm gonna go in the community, I got to use the people in the community. You know, I thought about how when I met Trey Chaney when The Wire, when they did those scenes and for the HBO series The Wire, where they're using got to know the community. So what I do as a casting selection, I try to use real people, authentic people that other people can relate to them in the play. I many times, like for example, in Cain and Abel, we're doing a drug scene, and I got cousins, I got family in Patterson, New Jersey, so I was asking them questions about Patterson. So if I'm gonna write about it, I gotta make sure I study and do the right thing. I
Sure.
didn't know I was gonna have somebody from Patterson, New Jersey, was about that life and represent that knows the streets in Patterson. When he went up to Chris, shout out to Chris. Chris, when I was his debut of being an actor, um, the guy came up to Chris and said, "Yo, man, I just want to let you know you did that. You did that. You know what I'm saying? You represented Patterson." And Chris came running to me like, "Oh, Kiva." No. So he came to me and said, "Man, somebody just told me from Patterson, like, man, I did that." And thank God put those in my mindset. If you're gonna write about something, you got to do your study. You got to study. You just can't go in there be doing things because people you don't know who's in the audience. So I learned that from just watching John Singleton and all of the other greats, the Spike Lees, the Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? I say those names because these are things I grew up watching Tyler Perry since I was in college at Bethune-Cookman. You know what I'm saying? Going to Orlando as a college student, traveling to Orlando to watch Tyler had just bare minimal props on the stage. So once again, from the beginning of this thing, when you're building a business, you got to stay with it. No matter how many people that are gonna be there. Now, how many people are gonna pat you on the shoulder? How many people are gonna purchase those tickets? If you truly about and you have passion about it, you stick with it. And as a result, we can see where Tyler Perry is at today. You know what I'm saying? You know, as a result, I'm like, I do remember when I saw him, he had bare minimum props on the stage, and he never gave up. And look at what he's at. So kudos to him. So I'm like, he encouraged writers like myself and other writers doing the same thing. You know, David Talbot. You know, David Talbot's from this area, DC area. He's doing his thing. I love watching his. You know, he was doing plays. He returned plays, and now he's doing movies and all that good stuff. You know, so these are things you got to study the craft. You want to do something. So I told my actors, hey, we getting ready to do a play that real life people that we know, we see every day. You got to really study them. You know, and I was telling them, you got to go on Facebook, at least request them, study them, talk to them. So when you said about Emmanuel, so I'm gonna before we say, what's up, Alan, Precious, what's up, Vince from Daytona, what's up, Louis, my family, from Atlanta, what's up, Aisha, Tanya, what's going on? I see Emmanuel Vera, what's going on? So Instagram, shout out everyone who's on that I know. Shalita, what's going on, Shalita? Thank you guys for listening in. Latasha, what's going on? So, Adrian, so I'm going on. She's the one who gave me the idea to tell you to be a co-host. You know, and Raquise, I want to say one thing about Raquise. Now Raquise is also another writer that I studied from the DMV, right? Now he moved from here to LA by faith. He like, you know, and also I'm gonna say this here too. Now he was the first that I see that wrote Set Off the play. Now I left my job during lunchtime. I hope my supervisor doesn't listen. Hey, I'm with the lunch. I had a extended lunch. You know how we do a extended lunch. But I put it on leave. I put on the time sheet. I put leave though. I put it on the hour. I was on leave for them time. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. Anybody from Bethune-Cookman, y'all know when Dr. Moody say you understand. So we know what's up. So I was on this extended lunch, and what Raquise was doing at the school, I forget the name of the school in DC. He was not only the director, he was the choreographer of the dancing, all that stuff, you know. And I was amazed of what he was doing to kids that the society have just given up on. And this man got him in drama ministry at the school, and almost like, you know, I'm sitting in this big auditorium like Lean On Me. You know how Lean On Me here, and an old boy got that microphone. Yeah. He was one of them auditorium like that, you know, and Raquise had their attention because he was about his business, professional. And when I went to go see the play, because I believe in supporting people. Instagram, that's what I'm gonna say. I support people, you know. And so I went to go support his play, and I was blown away of his actors. I mean, he was young adults, 16, 17, 18 years old. You know, I don't know if they was 18, 16, 17 years old, blown away. I think one of the young ladies was Stephanie, and I still watch today. I'm still trying to pull her into one of my plays because she was playing one of the characters and Set It Off, and the girl just killed it. So, I mean, her singing, her acting ability was amazing. So I started following her ever since. So that's what I do as casting selection. I go out into the DMV. I go to New York. I go to Richmond. I'm on Instagram constantly, YouTube constantly, really studying people. And then one of the people, Eileen, Cassandra, who's in the play, I studied them for a couple of years before I reached out to them about this play because I have them in my notes, been studying them for years. So, Raquise, shout out to you, bro. I don't know if you're still on, but shout out to you and your hard work you've been doing. Leaving DMV out of faith to go to LA to do some work. I follow you. I understand how you love what you're doing to go out to LA, looking for the right job as you're doing other jobs for us, writing and things like that, and also being in part of other productions. He was in Takara's play, one of these plays he was doing, the playwright out of Houston. The guy, when I need to reach out to somebody and get some pointers, I reach out to him as well. You know, he actually hooked me up with Tony Grant. Now, I've been watching Tony Grant for years, and I'm going to try to get Tony Grant in one of my plays. Now, Tony Grant worked with Tyler Perry. He worked with Angela Dunlap. Angela Dunlap, she's watched this video. Angela knows I'm a big fan of hers, all right? I saw Angela Dunlap, Church Girl, back in 2010. My daughter was 10 years old at the time. I brought her on. She still today talk about Church Girls play. and she's 19 years old, about to turn 20 in a few days. And I became an instant fan of Angela Dunlap. She's out of Detroit. So as I'm studying my craft, I got to study other people too as well. One thing I never do, I never take anybody's work because I serve a mighty God. Because God can be creative, I know He can throw me some different ideas. Yeah. So I never steal people's work. You know what I'm saying? I'm on record saying that right now. So, so I just love Tasha work. I mean, not Tasha. Look, Angela Dunlap work. Amazing playwright. So, but going back to Rakis, he helped me. Oh, Tony was in. A reason I brought him up. He was in Church Girl. First time seeing him sing, he sung a song to his daughter because his daughter was trying to live that life and become a stripper. And watching his father, as a father, singing to his daughter, like, basically like, don't live that life. Come back. In his way, and he was singing to her. I'm over here trying to hold it in because I got my 10-year-old daughter. I'm like, oh Lord, I got this. You know what I'm saying? Because in the world as a father, especially raising girls, man, we just the fathers know that who have girls. We just want the best for them. We try to do the world the best to protect them and love them and things like that. And then watching that, I'm like, man, I hope I never have to experience that. The world trying to pull her, you know what I'm saying? But as being a praying father and all that stuff, the only thing we have to do is trust in God and live by example and know that they'll be fine. But Rakis helped me to get to know Tony Grant. I remember having a conversation with Tony Grant. I was trying to pull him in for Deep Cover, Let Your Light Shine in Dark Places. We didn't work that out because he was doing another show in Chicago, so we had scheduling conflict. But Tony Grant, if you see this video, I'll be working with you soon, bro, because I really feel it. We got to believe in ourselves. So those who have businesses or you working there, continue to believe in yourself. Don't give up, because if it's for you, it's going to be for you. So, Wanda, so what do you think about some of the videos that I put on Facebook and Instagram of the rehearsals for the Storm Has a Ministry too?
They are phenomenal. And if anyone hasn't gone to Akiva's page to look at the clips of the videos for the rehearsal, whether they're on his Instagram page or on his Facebook page, please go and look at those videos. For a group of people to come together that most of them have never even met each other until last week. And yeah, how you can just feel their energy through those clips. Some of the clips are maybe like 1 minute long, 2 minutes long, but just to give you a glimpse on what's going to come on October the 10th, you don't want to miss it because it is phenomenal. And these people, they are just doing a great job in the rehearsals.
And I appreciate that, because Wanda, I do want to show you everything, but I can't show you everything because by that time you're like, I don't see the play. So we got Lynn on right now. She's saying thank you. She was agreeing with me that supporting others, yes, you do, and we appreciate you. That's why we work so hard for you. Oh man, Lynn, thank you so much for saying that, because honestly, y'all, I don't have the budget like Tyler Perry. I don't have the budget like Spike Lee. I don't have the budget like David Talbot. I don't have the budget like Jakars in Houston. But when I get people working hard, working more than, some of them come in, majority of all of them, they don't expect no pay, But in my heart, I feel like if they sacrifice their time, I try to find ways to pay them. But I love working with the cast of people that have a love for not only just for the production, but for me, and they out there grinding because they believe in what I'm doing, and also because of the support for other people. So, Lynn, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. One of the things, yeah, go ahead, Wanda.
Thank you, Lynn. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Scene from Deep Cover, I'm telling you, that scene right there, that just made me a fan of Lynn.
Yeah, she exactly, she really did that. Once again, that poem was by Tasha Banks. She's out of Tampa right now. She lived here in DMV, but she moved out to Tampa, Florida. And so so I always want to give people credit for their work as well. And we collaborated. She gave me that poem. I would say 2 years before I wrote that. 2 years before I wrote Deep Cover. But because I have a log and I know what to just bring out, the Lord just give me, say, remember that poem. So I went back and searched for it and got it. And I said, there'd be a good piece for this scene and all that. And we just pasted together, working together. and I made sure I showed her love, Miss Banks some love there. So it worked out just fine. Just like your poem, I am a woman, but that's all I'm gonna say.
Yes.
Y'all, I'm telling you, you got to see the play because when in this book, when I read the chapter, I am a woman. I'm not a woman. I'm not a woman. But what I'm saying though, she wrote to you guys, the ladies, I am a woman, right? And
And
we got a scene for that, huh?
I wrote that poem when I was still living in Atlanta. Just sitting
Wow.
in the living room one day. It was actually after one of my breast cancer anniversary dates. And I was just writing in the journal, because I do talk about something, that I went through multiple breast surgeries. And I just started writing that I am a woman.
Right.
That's how it just came to me.
Wow. So you wrote that first. You wrote that poem first before this.
Oh, yeah.
Before you start writing this.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So I saw something where Precious said my favorite playwright. So Precious, can you clarify which playwright you're talking about? You talking about me or you talking about Spike? I mean, not Spike. You talking about Tyler? You talking about David Talbot? Jakaris? Which one? So type that in the comment section. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Alan Wilson said, I would love to submit some original music for consideration.
Oh, wow.
Alan, holler at me, man. That's what I'm talking about. I see one. This is what I'm talking about. When you got people like that coming on saying, hey, I want to provide some original music. That's great. I love that because that's what I'm doing now. One of the things when I'm recruiting people, I look for singers that got their original stuff. Shout out to Nina Crump, Shout out to T-Rex. Shout out to Shalik. Those are all original music they are allowing me to use in this play. Nina Crump. Oh man, she we're talking about music, original music. So Alan Wilson, please submit it to me through Facebook or at McClam Enterprise Productions at gmail.com. So yeah, appreciate that. I would love to work with you. So speaking of music, now the Lord gave me a song to write.
Gave you a song, so now you're gonna add songwriter to your resume.
Yes. And it's one of those songs that you heard Nina singing. You didn't know that. And that's all I'm gonna say, Instagram, all I'm gonna say, Facebook. But I was driving to Virginia one day, and all of a sudden I would start getting these words just floating in my mind, just coming all around, all that stuff. I could just grab them. I had to pull over, Wanda. And I grabbed my cell phone and I started writing.
Yeah.
I started writing. You know what I'm saying? And the song, I told Nina, I said, Nina, I got a song, but I'm gonna use it for the play, but I'm gonna need some melody behind it, right? That's all I had to tell her. And she came one day and sent me a video. Nina, you know how Nina is.
Nina's a
Tell her something, she don't say nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, Nina, I sent you the music. Then one day, I got a text message, and Nina, singing the words the Lord gave me, and put the melody together. Boy, I got goosebumps popping up in my arms when I heard those words come to life and had the melody behind it. And yes, now I can say I'm a songwriter.
Look at God.
So that song is gonna be saying in this play here. The storm has a ministry too.
And so it's like in this play, God is just birthing a lot of original things. I mean, I wrote that poem, I Am a Woman. That was, and I can tell you when that was in June of 2016, right after my doctor took me off the cancer medication that I had to take for 5 years. And so I wrote that as a declaration that I am a woman. The cancer didn't define me. The cancer medication didn't define me. So that's when I just started, I am a woman. Not knowing that, what it's used for or anything. And then when I put it in the book, I was like, okay, I'm gonna put some, the publisher, she said, Wanda, she said, at the end of the book, because I told her I'd written some poetry, she said, how about at the end of the book, we're gonna put some of your poems in there, and we're going to entitle it Poems Inspired by the Storm.
Right.
And then, so I got to choose different poems that I had written. So that's how I Am a Woman got into the book. And I never thought that it would even be into a play. I never thought a play would even become of the book, first of all. And then for it to be in the play, I am truly honored that women will be able to relate from that poem.
So let's go further about talking about that I'm a woman in the poem, and also is in the play. Now, like I say, everybody, you watching this video, you're not watching it live, you're watching it later. I'm gonna tell you, if you don't live in the DMV, stream this play. You can stream it. Okay, you go to my website, McClamenterpriseproduction.com. A shout out to Hey Poppy, Sean and Hey Poppy, because he does all my website for me. He's the web developer and all that good stuff. So he made the whole setup where everybody just go to McClam Enterprise Production and they go right to the ticket, so you can stream it. Once you get there, you just press detailed times and you just choose that. And you got the 1 o'clock show, you got the 6 o'clock show, and you got the streaming that's going to be at the 6 o'clock p.m. show. So I'm telling you, stream this play because I am a woman. You're a woman. You're a woman now. Those who watching this here. My thing is here. That scene is going to be amazing. And the way I'm choosing these people led by God, it was no casting call. These are women that reaching out. I want to be a part of that. Because we got a special way where we're going to represent women. They that show their strength, their personality. And one of the ladies asked me, well, what should I dress? I said, well, describe your personality to me. Describe what color you like. Tell me about yourself. She started naming, well, I like this and like this, and like this, like this, like that. I said, all right, you just put your outfit together. I said, that's what you're gonna wear. That's represent you. Yeah. And everything. So when you walk out wearing that outfit, then you walk it, you hold your head up high, and you just walk it. You know what I'm saying? I want to say, go on, girl. You know what I'm saying? Represent that woman that's gonna watch the play that represent you. When that poem, each line you say something that represent a woman, that woman's gonna walk out. And that's all I'm gonna say, because Nina Crump is telling me in my mind right now, Kiva, you telling too much. And Lynn, she said the same thing. I can hear them saying, Kiva, you talking too much.
Those 8 lines are powerful.
Yeah.
And those 8 lines should be a daily declaration, not only for women, but also for anybody,
Right. Right. So, Wanda, you came into one of the rehearsals, right? For that I'm a Woman.
Yes.
Without getting in detail, what do you thought of that rehearsal and what you heard?
The rehearsals are authentic. You can actually feel the spirit of the women in the rehearsal.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, the lady got so excited about the line that she's going to read, and I'm like, wow, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see how because it's 8 lines. I wrote 8 lines, and I can't wait to see how each woman is going to represent their line.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I want to say hello to Angela Love. I see she said hello. Thank you. Brenda just came in. Hey, Brenda. Just want to thank everybody for coming in, watching this here. Instagram, and we got Facebook on right now. This is my first time doing this here. Also, first time bringing somebody in as a co-host too. I appreciate that. So I mean, like I said, this is coming along. These rehearsals, because of the coronavirus, it had me to really think about how I'm going to do this here, how I'm going to be able to rehearse and all that stuff. So Lord gave me plans about Zoom. So we rehearsed on Zooming. Out of the week, we probably do everything beside. I think we do every day. Besides Sunday. Sunday we have conference calls. So throughout the week we rehearse. Then on Sunday we talk about certain things. And when I make those calls, so far they've been doing well. We have to have a conference call. So as we go closer to October now, we're gonna start adding more Saturdays and Sundays in person. And we just had our first in person last week, and I want to talk about that. So we had our first in person, y'all. Hey Nia, what's going on, Nia? Nia, one of the young adults at New Hope Church of God. She's listening in, and it's good when you can have young adults come in and listen. It's about stuff like this and stay on and listen. So what's going on, Nia? And so let's talk about that first. I know you heard about it, right? This the first in person rehearsal that we had in my house.
Yes, I heard about it.
So we're gonna talk about that. Now, I had one of the actress named Cassandra. She playing Janice. She playing Janice, but the person she's playing in real life, her name is Janice Payne, right? So I told her during rehearsal one time, I said, "You're doing a great job." I said, "But I need you when you talk about the word of God in this scene about the Job, and you talking about the pouring into Wanda." I said, "You got to hit those words." I said, "You got to hit it. You got to bring it out. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that person feel it." She said, "Okay, okay." And doing, all of a sudden one day I was just thinking, and Holy Spirit told me, have a talk to Janice Payne, right? And what I do, I text you, I said, "What do you think about Janice reaching out to one of the actors?" What I said. I reached out to you, didn't I?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you said, "Oh, you replied, oh, she would love that."
Would love that. Yeah.
I made that connection, right? And I told her, I said, "Cassandra, you got to study Janice. You
Mm-hmm.
playing Janice."
Yeah.
I said, "You're doing a good job," but what I was doing, I was pushing her more.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to push her more. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because when I get around Janice, when every word is so anointing and powerful, you like, "Oh Lord," you know that anointing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's
So
powerful.
right. So I had to feel that from Cassandra, because if you're gonna play Janice, you got to bring it, right?
Yeah.
So I had to set them up. Thanks to the Holy Spirit, He told me, "Hey, get them together." And I'm telling you, that's all I had to do, and I step away, right?
Yeah.
So Cassandra came back to rehearsal like, "Oh, I see." She like this. Her eye was big. Like, "I see why you wanted me to talk to her." That's all. Hey, she had to say no more. But, and she's like, "And Janice coming to rehearsal on Saturday." I said, "Okay, cool." Janice always welcome. And so everybody came to rehearsal. Janice came and she sat and watched. I sat and watched Janice. She was blown away of the first scene. She like, my goodness, y'all started. Y'all were at it already, scene one. And she was like, "I'm blown away," because Janice also lived this life with you, because she's one of your good closest friends, like a sister, right?
Yeah.
So when we got to that scene where Cassandra, who's playing Janice, the character name is Janet. When we got to that scene, that's the scene I wanted Janice to watch her on. And anybody who's watching this video, if you haven't seen the rehearsal, go to my page, and it's a clip that I recorded, right? I recorded of Janice talking to Cassandra about how to bring it from your belly, bring it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That whole day was just like the Holy Spirit just took over. You know what I'm saying? We got people crying. We got people bending over like here praising God. I'm like, yo, this is gonna be a powerful play.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be. And then you know what? When you spoke of earlier, you know how like Tyler Perry didn't give up, and how you got to keep pushing. And from day one, from our first meeting, when we was to meet about the play, it was storming. So there's the word storm again. And I'm telling y'all, it was raining so hard. And I'm coming from St. Mary's County, drove to Waldorf. And I don't know where you were coming from, because you was even talking about it's raining hard. It's raining so hard. But we kept pushing. We pushed our way out. We didn't cancel the meeting or anything. But so what if we had canceled the meeting? What if I didn't finish the book? None of this would not be happening. So right. That's a testimony to anyone who's watching live or watching the replay, that whatever God gives you something to do, to keep pushing, keep going forward, because it's not solely about you, whatever you're doing. It's about to bless somebody else.
Amen. Amen.
Going forward with it.
Amen. I was coming from DC, and I was coming through where Andrew's at, and it was a river over there, and it's overrun the road, and it was number of water coming through. And I'm like, either I can do a U-turn, cause us to be later, or I go through it. I went through it, and I was on a boat. My car was just gliding, but I got through it. And I called you. I said, "Wanda, you sure you want to meet?" She said, "Yeah, we're gonna meet." I said, "All right." And then the coronavirus came, And I said, Wanda, you sure you want to do this play in October this year? She's like, yeah, Keith, we're gonna do it. I'm like, all right. So like I say, hey, when you did it, when you said yes, I'm like, okay, I'm on board with you. You know, we're gonna be partners on this. We're gonna do it because you said reason why you want to do it in October because there's another thing you dealt with that in the synopsis where it said, you know, they normally they said 3 strikes you out, but this mother refused to give up. Now you went from having a stroke, paralyzing your left side of your body.
Yeah.
You had 2 unhealthy marriages, divorces, and also you had breast cancer. You know,
Yes.
so in the month of October, you were so adamant of saying we're gonna have this play in the month of October for breast cancer and also the domestic violence because this play has so many nuggets that it's not just about, you know, it's so much that that you guys can learn from. Anybody watching this here, if you got a storm that you're going through, it's not maybe breast cancer, like Wanda was saying. It could be in your marriage. It could be you single and you still waiting on God. Like, why? And I haven't come. We talk about that in the play.
Yeah.
You know, we got a lot of storms and people giving up on, but you got to fight through it. You know, a shout out to Nita just came on. What's up, Tashawn? I'm thank you for coming on. My boy Tashawn out there in Virginia. I think you would be cooking right now, but you know, you stopped to come online to check this out. I appreciate you, bro. What's up, Jersey, out of New York as well. People still coming on, so you know, we're gonna keep on talking about it. So that day, we like you say, and also the motivating speaker named E. I think his name E. I forget his name. Eric. I forget his last name. I don't know if it's Tyson or not, but he said, I think he said this. If you were to die and God has given you all this in you to write a book, to start a business, to write a play, to whatever, you know, adopt a kid, get married, I don't know. If you don't do it, that gift dies with you.
That's right. That's right. You
You
know,
know?
the cemetery is full with so many dreams and gifts that weren't fulfilled.
Wow.
And don't let that be you.
Wow.
Don't
You
let that
know?
be you.
And that's crazy. But you know, but thank you for your commitment of not giving up. And this is still young. This is what, maybe 19 months. Maybe 19 months since
Yeah.
your son died, right?
Months, because December will be 2 years.
See, this still is new to you, but you
Yeah.
never gave up, and this became your ministry.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I was saying to. I did a post today. Um, me, because the position God's given me, if somebody reach out to me and ask me, hey, can I be a part of your play? Right? There's people who have asked me this for this production, and I allow them in. Right? I'm gonna tell you about that testimony. And then also Sheena, who lost her son last year, no, 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? I gotta check that date. But she reached out to me today, say, can you post this about my son, Walter? Right? There's a sentence going on today, and she was saying, we believe that, hey, this is your day, son, that these guys that killed you gonna be sentenced, right?
Yeah.
So God put me in a position to be able to, if people reach out, I'm gonna help them out. So she said, Cuba, can you post this? I posted that today, you know, on my page, you know, supporting of her, you know. And also the same Sheena is that I was feeling her so bad because I knew Walter, you know. It was Kingdom. I'm sorry, Pastor Brown. If you're watching this, you're like, how dare you forget the name of my church? It's Kingdom Baptist Church. I was correct. So Walter, Sheena, and we all went there together, right? And it hurt me to death to be able to see that Walter is dead. You know what I'm saying? To gun violence. So I felt so much bad for Sheena. So when I did Deep Cover, Let Your Light Shine in Dark Places, I said I want to do something special for her. So I reached out to my man, Limousine Company. Forget the name of the limousine company. But I'm getting what's his name? Memory lapse now. But forget the name of the company. But my thing is, he know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna look it up. But his limousine company agreed to pick up Sheena and take her to the play.
Oh, that's so
You know,
special.
Yeah, so my whole idea is wanted to work with somebody and to be able to do that, and then they picked her up and brought her to the play and made her feel, what I'm saying, feel good, walking into the play, escorting things like that to the play, so no, anything I could do to be able to help somebody just using this platform, that's what I'm all about. And I remember the lady mentioned something about me in your prayer line. She said I'm gonna be a traveling pastor.
Yes.
you know, and I
Prophetess,
was like, wow, huh?
that's Prophetess Tanya Lofty. So shout out to her.
Yes, and so when I heard that, and I'm like, wow. So whatever God able to use me any platform, I'm able to do that. If I'm gonna be traveling around, and be able to pour into people's lives about being a traveling pastor, so be it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the I want to use my platform. I want to use my platform to be able to help other people. So going back to helping other people, the couple that they wanted to be a part of the play, I was driving to go pick up my cousin from Baltimore, right, the airport, and then we were having rehearsal as I was driving. I was listening to them rehearse, and she said something that man just manifested in my spirit. I needed to hear. Because what I say this here, because Satan always trying to come in my mind and attack my mind and say, you ain't meant for this. Nobody, no, you ain't. I mean, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Nobody following you. Nobody coming to your plays, and all that stuff. But more and more, I have to always motivate and encourage myself and pray and seek God and say, you know what? God did call me to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the naysayers say, oh, his play is not anointed or
Yeah.
this and that. You know what I'm saying? But I always get somebody to say, man, that play was about my life. I resonate to that play. I can feel their pain. And
Yeah.
those people that see the plays, they tell me that. And that's God just telling me, saying, well done, my
Well,
faithful servant. You keep on doing it. You keep
that's
on. Don't worry about what the people are saying. You keep on doing what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Um, so, um, with that, lady mentioned to me, she said, Kiva, I want to say one thing to you. And Nina can back me up saying this here. She said, since I've been in this play, she said, I want to thank you for being around. For doing this here, allow me to be a part of this. She said, because since I've been around you and the cast, I started back reading my word again. She said, now when I'm starting back reading my word again, I'm now going back to start praying with my girls. You know
oh,
what I'm saying?
look at that.
And
Restoration.
man, I'm like, once again, I start getting goosebumps. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, like, you know what, God, I needed to hear that. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Didn't know from Adam. I met her at Juneteenth when I did, you and I had the table,
Yeah.
the
Wow.
vendor at Middleton Hall,
Look at
the King
that.
of Selby when he had had that event there.
Mm-hmm.
We was advertising the play. I was advertising about my business, and they was like, "Hey, I want to be a part of this." I said, "Fill out the form, send me an email," and they did, and I followed up with them. Now they're in the play,
Look at that. Yeah.
and now they're in the play because they're coming around. Because I take anybody. I saw something that said, "Will you work with non-believers?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
I will. Jesus, Jesus walked around with and taught the non-believers. You
We
know what
were
I'm saying?
believers.
Say again?
We were non-believers.
Right. So
Yeah.
my thing with that, I'm like, yes, I would do that. And because my thing is what he's telling me, let them be them. Bring them amongst you. You be you, how I taught you to be. They're gonna start changing because they now are being introduced to something different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because people in the street, 'cause I was from the street, we all from the spirit in the street. They're very guarded.
Yes.
And when they come around people, they're gonna be guarded. But when they start feeling the love of God and all that, they start the tight shoulders start leaning down. And they start looking around like these people for real. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I
Yeah.
can start opening up now because they opening up about their problems, not about smoking weed or drinking or cheat on their wife, cheat on their husband, whatever. They tell the testimony how God changed their heart. You know, and I always and that's why I was saying, because the platform I'm in, I'm gonna be able to try to bring people in for whoever they are. If you never acted before, I told this guy, matter of fact, her fiance never acted before, but he said, Kiva, I want to do this because I knew he had a passion for it. I said, come on, let's do it. I went back and wrote him a part in the play. His debut is going to be in this play as an actor. and I posted one time, and he did a great job. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, Darnell. You know what I'm saying? Doing a great job. Shout out to you, Tony. You doing a great job. Those are the ones that I was talking about and things like that. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on with this play that people are just already lives are is changing. Wanda, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me see. We talked about let's talk about now about the gun violence, right? A part of the play and what the t-shirt you wearing, Moms Demand Action. You
Man.
know, um,
Yeah.
so they have mentioned about supporting the play as well. Shout out to them and doing that. Some of their representatives going to be there, which is a great opportunity because this play also is going to talk about the gun violence and the mothers and the fathers and the parents, the uncles, whoever's been affected by losing somebody to gun violence. It's going to be mentioned in this play. So tell a little something about Moms Demands Action.
Moms Demand Action Against Gun Sense for America. They follow the same model as MAD. In
Okay.
MAD is Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Moms, for short, is called Moms. It's over 6 million volunteers in this organization, and they have a chapter in each state. And I was given their information. My sister was at an event, and they had a vendor table, and they was had their information, and she said this would be good for my sister. Said because we don't know how to help her. No one in our family has been subjected to gun violence. We need to help her. I contacted them and went to the first meeting, and just started getting involved. And then last year, I was the faith and team lead for the St. Mary's County chapter.
Right.
And so, they are so very nice. And this year in January, I went with them to Annapolis. We got to sit in on how they do some of the laws, on the lawmakers. We got to interview some of the people from the House of Delegates. That was amazing. And so all the Maryland chapter was there, whether they was in Montgomery County, people from Baltimore was there. And what a lot of times, people don't even know what the gun laws are for their own state. Each state has laws. And like for the state of Maryland, when we went to Annapolis in January, that was for one of the gun laws we was there for was for the long gun. And what's considered is a long gun is a rifle. In Maryland, you don't need to have a permit for that. And a lot of people don't even know that. And so,
can I chime in on that? You're absolutely right, because I actually went to was it a store called Dick's, I think. I went in there and inquiring about his shotgun, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this guy said, I don't think you need your license, and you fill out this form and you can walk out your license. I mean, you can watch out your shotgun today.
Yes.
I'm like, what?
You can get a gun in less than 30 minutes in the state.
There was a double barrel.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And so with this organization, it's like we're out there, and most of the people that I've met before this organization, they've never had a child, or gun violence hasn't even happened in their family. These are just people who have a heart to help other people. And actually this evening I met with one of the leaders from Moms, because she was giving me literature to go in each of the gift bags that we're giving out at the play. Moms Demand Action Against Gun Violence. And so they'll reach out to me and, will ask me, we came across this particular mother, who lost her child. Can you reach out to this person? And so, they'll, come out to me with, ask me about that. Like with the lady today with her son, Walter, I didn't even know that was her. And they sent me an email, last week, said, can you go to court with this, particular mother? Her son is being indicted, but I already had something scheduled.
You talking about Sheena?
Sheena, and I didn't even know that it was her.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I wish I had, I could have rearranged everything if I had known earlier. But that's what they'll do. It's like you want to be there to support that mother. And so one of the mothers from Moms Demand went with her to court today.
Wow. You know what? That's awesome, because even though you couldn't make it, they made sure if someone was there. And with tough stuff like that, I've never been in that situation where you're going to court for like that sentence, but it's always good to have a support system.
Yeah,
Our
what
prime military. Go ahead.
and they check on me. You know, when my young cousin was murdered 2 weeks ago, he was 21 years old. You know, they wanted to know what could they do, how could they help the family, could they send flowers for the funeral? I mean, just real, authentic, caring people.
You know, that's a. I mean, like to hear this, Mom Demand Action, your story,
Mhm.
this play. I mean, this is some big stuff. I
Yeah,
mean, we actually do. I mean, this is not just something. I mean, just go and see a play and that's it. But this is some stuff that people are actually experiencing or going through. You know, there's some real life characters here that that still living, that lost someone. You know, and now they're grieving, but they refuse to stop fighting. You know,
hmm,
these are
yes,
mothers who have lost their sons or whatever years and years ago or currently, and they're now joining the Moms Demand Action. Now they're fighting to help other mothers and make sure the laws are changed and all that stuff. So my experience when I went to one meeting, thank you for your invitation. Because if I was gonna write something about this play, I had to go and I had to truly go into and do my research. So I
yes,
sat there and took notes and listened and just see some of these mothers not say some of them, the pain is always going to be there, but
yes,
to see their encouragement, their boldness, like I'm fighting for my son that's not here no longer,
yeah,
and I can hear it in their voice,
yeah,
and their son probably was passed years ago, but they still have that same passion
yeah.
today. They fight, and that's what I saw, and I was. But the sad thing about it, and one thing you mentioned, is that we have a lack of an African American exposure in that.
We
Even
do, and
though
that at the
in the
meeting.
Moms Demand Action, we don't have a lot of black people in there.
Don't you saw that at the meeting, and you know, it's like we're affected more, I mean, you know, by this, and it's like a lot of times, unless it actually happens to you as an individual or in your family, we generally don't get involved,
We
you
don't.
know, and that's with the breast cancer community. When I started my business and I'm out here fighting, for breast cancer and seeing different patients and giving breast cancer speeches and educating people on breast cancer. Yes, white women, you know, are diagnosed more than us, but we die more because of lack of education. And, it's like until it actually happens to us, it's like we kind of stand on the sidelines and just wait for someone else to go forward and think about whether we're going to get into the movement.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that, and it reminds me of I'm gonna say it because it's what we listening to, and they have done a great job of really exposing the Black Lives Matter movement, right? But as far as reason I say exposing because we've seen a lot of changing from the sports to the Fortune
Yeah.
500 to even down to just local, state, and whatever, and within the community. The Black Lives Matter movement, um, um, it did change a lot. But now, where we truly gonna say Black Lives Matter, we truly got to get into a community and say those same energy and passion for the police brutalities things. We got to go into our community with these gun violence.
Yeah.
You know,
My dad and I, you met my dad, we have very
Amen. Thank you,
parents.
Jesus. That's the inside joke with Bishop.
Me and my dad, we have very transparent daddy-daughter conversations.
Right.
2 points I want to bring up. At my son's memorial, my son, when he was killed in Atlanta, we had a funeral in Atlanta. And by me living in Maryland, that week after, I had a memorial here for him in Maryland. So with my dad and my mom, they spoke at the memorial and they gave remarks as grandparents having lost a grandson. And so my dad said, the first point I want to bring up, my dad said, we are either raising a shooter or a shootee, and we have to pray for both of them.
Wow. Wow.
And then last week, me and my dad had a conversation. We talking about gun violence. My cousin that's passed. Because now it's like two first cousins both have lost. This was my cousin's only son, and then it was my youngest son. So it's like now we're joined with both of our sons being, murdered. And my dad, he said, yes, we can do the hashtags all we want.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter. But until we as a community realize that Black Lives Matter, that's when the change will come.
And you know what? I totally agree with him. I totally
Yes.
agree with him. I love it. I love listening to your father preach, and I wouldn't say preach. I love saying teach, because he's not holding anything back. He's telling like it is. And what you shared, what he shared at the rake, or what did the funeral, is absolutely right. You know, we got to make a change, and it started with the community. And a lot of times, a lot of people want to get quiet about certain things, but you know, we always say, when it come down to that police brutality, when we get silent, we say that's the problem. When we say other people are being silent, but there's a lot of us being silent when it comes down to gun violence, and we've been silent. We'd rather have the other culture of mothers fighting for and changing the laws, and we all benefit from. But you're not on that front line with them. But then we getting really the ones that having this issue with the gun violence a lot. Not saying other communities not, but we've got a lot of people walking around with rest in peace shirts. You see that a lot?
Yeah, a lot.
I'm telling you, when I go get t-shirts done, I'm thinking like, all on the wall, rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace. I'm like, good Lord, y'all making some money off this rest in peace stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff is gun violence.
Yeah, but when are we going to realize that our own lives matter? Our own Black lives matter.
Yeah.
That's when the change will come.
Change will come. So I wanted to throw that in, because as a mother who lost a son, also, you're not just sitting back, you got involved. And you're still involved, you're still fighting back. And with the court date just around the corner, and you don't even know how, you got to prepare your mind for that. But thank God you got support system, your friends and things like that, who are your sisters that we wrote about. You wrote in your book, and I wrote in the play about that relationship. You know what I'm saying? You know, some of those stories or the things you mentioned, I had to go out and pull and get a dialogue out of it, and create scenes with that. So hopefully you guys will love those scenes, you know, with your friends. So I want to say it was Sam Maurice Taylor, about the limousine company. Sam's a good friend. I forget the name of his company. I just can't remember. I can Google it now, but the CEO of the company is Sam Maurice Taylor on Facebook. I want to give him a shout out and say thank you so much for just believing in me. He ain't asked me no questions. He asked me nothing about no payment, nothing like that. He said, Kiva, I got you. Wow. That's how Kiva, I got you, brother. I got you. That's how he talk. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? For Chi-Town, he's a big 49ers fan. But Sam, man, I love you, man. Thank you so much for your support and believing in me and what you're doing. And we're gonna do this again, Sam. You know, as God leads me to other things, you know, we definitely gonna work together. And that's how we're supposed to do. We're supposed to support each other. As one grow, we all grow together. You know, that's what we got to do as entrepreneurs, as people, whatever. You know. So my thing is, the play is October the 12th, October the 10th. Yeah. Let me look at the date.
October 10th.
I got all these dates. October 12th. I'm getting out of town. That's my break.
Yeah, I'm taking a break after the play.
Yeah. So October the 10th, 2 shows, 1 p.m., 6 p.m. Streaming. We got a streaming going to be by Silk Lounge, and he's doing his thing. He's going to come in and bring in the cameras. We got the company. You know, everything's here is new to us, but we're going to make it happen because with the COVID-19 going on around, we have to change our way of doing things. I love the post you said about when you come to the play, we're practicing social distancing. We're practicing checking your temperatures. We got sanitizer there. You will be safe, and you're going to be wearing your mask. You will be safe. You know what I'm saying? We got everything spaced out. I want to give a shout out to Pastor Tish Warren and her husband Mark, Elder Mark, at Be Glorified Church for allowing us to bring in the production. And once again, the favor of us receiving from them at Be Glorified. We're going to come in and doing our things there. And, everybody who's have purchased their tickets already, Wanda, for the streaming, for the 1 o'clock show, the 6 o'clock show. It's just the beginning, you know. So those who didn't got your tickets, please support this place, support this story. Let's Wanda story get out to Lifetime. You know, let it be a Netflix movie. You know, We got to start supporting our people with stories. You know, we get people from other stories. We got a store right in DMV.
Right here in the DMV.
Right in the DMV need to be on Netflix. Right to be on, and the DMV need to be on a Lifetime. You know, support this story because I'm telling you, this story gonna help move people. Gonna help people forgive. You know, learn how to forgive. Help somebody know how to fight back, not give up. Or a person that thinking about committing suicide because they're going through this storm and they're bringing the right people in to pour into them. You know, don't give up. You know, and I was telling Sheena today, I was telling Walter, you know, Walter in the spirit, like, we got your mom. And when she's ready to tell her story of the storm, she's going to have a ministry too as well. So, you know, people support this play. And, you know, I'm at a point now, God going to lead the right people, the right group, the right whoever going to be there. You know, everybody's going to hear about it. But my thing is, why not come out support? You know my heart. You know Wanda's heart. You know what we're doing. It's about the kingdom of God. So the church, you should be already getting ready to support this thing. My family in Florida, if you're listening, tell everybody. Stream it. I got family here visiting from Fort Lauderdale. She's like, Kiva, I got you. I'm calling all my friends, my cousin, and they posting it right now. She had a friend from Erica just friend me, and she gonna be posting the flyer. I never met her before, but she gonna be posting the flyer of that because they're all about supporting this play, Wanda.
That's good.
I got my boy who I'm partnered with, Reggie Humphrey family in North Carolina. Let me see the name of that city and I always get it. Roxbury, right? Corey. If you own Corey, did I say the city right? I think it's Roxbury, North Carolina. So we got a lot of people supporting.
Yeah.
Play. You got a lot of people supporting. Tell them about your job.
Yeah, and my job.
Hey, Kia, can you bring me a bottle of water, please?
And I have a new boss, and so, you know, I noticed that he shares information for what people are doing, you know, outside the job. So I sent, you know, the poster that Akiva has.
Bring me a bottle of water, please.
And just the synopsis. And then my boss replies back, and he's like, "How can I support it? I'm so proud of you." I mean, and then he even said, like, "I'm proud of you," as if he had did something. You know, he's talking about as if I had wrote it. You know, and he's like, "How can we support you?" And I was like, "I don't know. However you feel, you know, you want to support it." And so, like, my department, I work for the Department of Education, and we have a blog. And so he contacted the news blog. It goes out to all the headquarters and all the regions. Seattle, Chicago, everywhere. And they actually wrote up a blog on the play. And that came out last week. It went to everyone in the department. And that's thousands and thousands of people, because that's the entire Department of Education. I was just floored. And I started getting emails from Atlanta, you know, people from my old office. They were saying they bought tickets. They're going to do watch parties. And I'm just telling you, if you're watching this or watching the replay, get your ticket now before it sell out, because it's going to be amazing. It's going to be.
I mean, when I saw that email and your notification, I was like, wow, you know. And you know, I already told you, I said, you know, God definitely got favor over you. There's so many people out reaching out to you and helping you all that. So that's great. And you already told me what God told you about me. So you know, you don't have to repeat that. So I'm believing and trusting, you know, and all that stuff. I'm just so excited that you chose me to be able to believe in me to write your story into a play.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it's going to be amazing. I already done seen it reacted out in my mind. God, one thing about God, he always showed me the ending of each play already been played out in my mind. So, and every time when I see that, it always manifests, and it always blows me away to the point. It blows me away. You know, I wrote it, but I'm telling you, when the Holy Spirit come in, I'm telling you, he just sweep it across, you know, and it just takes it to another level, and I'll be blown away. You know what I'm saying? So this play will once again blow me away.
It is, and people appreciate, you know, transparency, and everything that I've written. It's like the more books I write, and for not only myself, but whether I'm being a co-author for someone else's project, God always has me being transparent. And then when I look at what I've written, I'm like, "Ooh, Lord, did I, you know, write all my business out there?" And but the Soul Has a Ministry too was very transparent.
Yeah.
Very transparent, and that's what people need. They need to see I'm going through this, or I went through this. Oh, and I'm so glad that someone can talk about it, because a lot of times the church don't talk about different subjects.
Yeah.
And so it's out there, and I hope that it will bless. Well, I know that it's going to bless someone, because we all have different storms that we're going through, and I just pray that people will be healed and delivered, especially from unforgiveness after they watch this play, and that it'll be, take it wherever God wants to take it.
Amen to that. And another thing I want to give out a shout out to God has shown me the years that He brought me from the beginning to where I'm at now. So God reminded me that I have employees. I have people that work, working. I'm actually is representing this company, McClam Enterprise Production. It's
Yeah.
growing because I don't know if people realize that I put a post out, right? And because, and Wanda, you can contest to this, when you're working in with your company, you can't do all the work. I don't want all the work, So I realized that I needed somebody to do a lot of most of the administrative stuff and take care of stuff. Shout out to my man. I call him my production manager. He's going to be my production manager because I need a good production manager to be able to handle all that stuff. So Tony Hollins, he took care of all that stuff. I mean, when I needed my spreadsheets done, when I need a letter that sent out to all the Greeks, when I sent a letter that sent out to all my followers, he got it done like this, right? And I told him, I said, man, track your hours, calculate all your hours. I see you the payment. Thank God for PayPal and Cash Apps and all that stuff. And and I paid him for his week of work, and he getting ready to do some more work that he don't realize on coming Monday. So Tony, you hear that? I'm gonna send you up, but no, he's good, great guy. Just people that God is bringing to join the team. I got Reggie Humphrey. Like I said, he's partnered with me to work with me as well. But hey, I know you about to jump. Thank you for coming on. But I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna finalize everything with the McClam Enterprise Production. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
And a straight up happy birthday to Nina Crump.
Happy, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you so much for everything. And also, we'll be talking soon and enjoy the celebration tonight. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
All right. So, guys, we're gonna go and wrap this up. But I want to just thank everybody who's working with the McClam Enterprise Production. I was telling you before, there's a lot of work. Thank God for just give me the strength and the vision for this production. I am not giving up. McClam Enterprise Production got more plays to come. We got Secret Lovers coming after this year. That's going to be dealing with marriages and dating and dealing with just a lot of stuff in that play. I'm not going to get into that, but I'm gonna start writing that probably after I start getting a little rest here, because I've been working since last year after the I'll Be Home for Christmas production. I started writing the Storm as a Minister too. So after this production, I'm gonna take probably a 6 months break and then relax. And start getting back to work for the Secret Lovers. And then after Secret Lovers, it's gonna be a sequel. It's gonna be Secret Lovers, and then it's gonna be a sequel behind that. Girl, If You Only Knew. All right, so it's Secret Lovers, and the sequel behind Secret Lovers is going to be Girl, If You Only Knew. So those are two plays already that I started mentally writing. I got to put it on paper, start typing and things like that. Also, I got Family Secrets coming too as well. I got that play I got to write. All this stuff is in my head. I got to start putting down. So I need more writers, but I'm going to stop saying that, because when I say that, people don't come. So I'm going to still just going to write, and it's as Lord give me, and give those things to me, and I'm gonna write it. And those who writers do come sent by God, I'm gonna write with them, things like that. Because if I can join a team of writers together, because I decide I'm gonna turn my basement into a conference room. My vision is to put all my plays around the wall, put a conference table sitting by 8 people in this room, put a monitor on the wall, and hold all the meetings there. Imagine if I have writers around that table, and we getting it in and digging it in and writing these characters. We'll start pushing out plays like that. These are the vision here. Also, I'm thinking about bringing, not thinking about it. Andrea, I hear you saying, let's stop saying think about it. Say, I know, I believe. So I am going to turn Deep Cover, Let Your Light Shine in Dark Places into a film. Um, I'm going to do that. I think it's time. Those who know about Deep Cover, that play, it's about the social injustice, things like that. So, and the police brutality and the crime. I mean, not necessarily the crime, but the gun violence. I'm going to dig in more into that, turn that into a film. Shooting is going to be in the DMV. They got a connection in Harlem, New York. So I'm going to use that connection there with T-Rex. I appreciate that. Now we got Atlanta, Georgia on map, with Charlotte Rivers. These are areas that I'm going to utilize. And, of course, South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, things like that, and even Miami. Shout out to you, True. I know you can pull me into Miami and show me around Miami-Dade County, and I'll take care of the Broward County. So these are areas that God is putting me, and also North Carolina, Roxbury, is connecting me together. And I'm gonna just do it, because I breathe this, I think about this, I wake up thinking about it, and I'm gonna use it. Life is short. 2020 have showed us that there's a lot of people's lives have been short because of whatever. So I'm living my day to the fullest. I'm living out loud, like one have taught in her book, and she taught her son to live out loud. I'm studying Psalm 91, like she told her son to study 91. I'm just gonna do it, I'm motivated. Those who want to work with me, reach out to me. The young man that mentioned out about the original music, please reach out to me. I believe it was Alan. I'm not sure, but I'll look it down. But that gentleman, please reach out to me about the original work. Please. I'm serious about this here. Churches that want me to bring the plays to your church, please reach out to me on that too, because I'm going to take this to another level, led by God, and I'm not giving up. Yeah, so Katina said Florida. Yeah, definitely. I know Katina, Florida. Listen, things about to happen here. I can't share too much. God already blessed me with something, but something I can be able to bring my budget a little higher. And I'm about to take it to another level, led by him. And I say take it to a level, people always get scared. Christian, look, God took David to another level. God took Moses to another level. God took, Sarah to another level. You know what I'm saying? I'm motivated. He see I'm motivated. He see that's my heart is for him. God is pulling people from the streets to work with me that don't have no talent at all, but they want to be involved because they're passionate. I'm like, man, come on. Jesus, that's who they came to Jesus like that. Jesus, yeah, follow me. Yeah, you want to be a part of the play? Follow me. And now they're getting in, they enjoying it because they're passionate, and allow them to be a better actor because they're passionate about it, and they strive to do it. So that's what I'm all about, and I'm excited about it. Speaking of that, my boy Terrell Simon, he if you don't mind me saying, he didn't have much acting ability, but he does now. He's a singer. I don't think he said he acted before, but because he was willing to do it, he came out and he did it. I don't think I'm pretty sure before he came out, he said he never had another production in stage plays, and he's doing an amazing job now because he was willing to do it and step out his comfort zone, and he did it. He done been in 5 plays with me right now, and other playwrights are looking at him. We had a brother in New York reached out to him. I'm not gonna name no names there because I don't have the rights to mention the name. But I do want to mention this gentleman that's gonna be a part of the play. He's known to be on the radio station in DC, in the DMV area. We got Boss Man is gonna be a part of the play. He's a radio personality. I've been on his show. I'm not gonna mention the show because I don't know if I got the rights to mention the show on there. But my thing is, he's gonna be in the play. He's gonna make a special appearance. Boss Man, follow him on Instagram. Follow him on Facebook, Boss Man, Eric Boss Man. My boy, shout out to Willer. Thank you so much for your love. When I come to the show on the radio station, you show so much love there as well when Boss Man can't be there. So things are coming along, y'all. Thank y'all for your support. And I ain't even gonna mention anything I feel that my flesh want to say about things that I've seen and recognized that it's not worth it. It's not worth it because if you're going to trust in God, I'm going to trust that He's going to bring the right people in to encourage me, continue to encourage me, and things like that. Those about the naysayers and all that stuff, God just told me to shut my mouth, you know what I'm saying, and just let Him handle that. Because I know I've been called to do this here. I thank Wanda for trusting and believing me. And we definitely gonna give God the glory in this here and this play and all my plays and movies that's gonna be coming. Yes, I said movies, guys. We're gonna do it because I'm about it. So I'm gonna leave this off with Terrell, Simon, T-Rex, and Shalik on first. All right, y'all get this CD here, get this support them. You know, they are doing big things. You start your day. They reach out to God first. First, anything they do, they reach to God. So they will be appearing in this play. The ministry, the Storm has a ministry too. I can't wait to work with these guys coming out of Harlem and Atlanta, Georgia. First. So reach out to those guys and support them as well. We got Nina Crump, we got Lynn Whiting, all these things going to be a part. I just want to thank you guys for being a part of this live feed tonight. All the cast that came on, everyone that came on, thank you so much. Yes, Katina first. That's a beautiful song, and they gonna perform that song in this play, and I can't wait to be able to bring Hotlanta, Harlem, New York together. And the Storm has a ministry too is amazing. The connection that God's given me, and that's one thing I'm learning, that God has given me the ability to connect with people, and I'm learning how to connect with people, and there's a gift that He's given me, and I'm using that for the kingdom of God. And thank you for everybody who has supported me and willing to work with me. Once again, Sam for the limousine company for supporting Sheena of driving her to one of my plays, giving her the love of losing her son. We're showing some love to a mother that lost her son. Those are the platforms. If I'm able to help somebody, I'm going to do it. So y'all pray for me because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work doing this here. It's a lot of attacks here too. I got two herniated discs in my back when I'm dealing with. Sometimes I can't even walk. I had to get crutches and wait for about 30, 40 minutes to wait to start walking, get the blood stream down to my legs and walk because I got this herniated disc and all that stuff. And, etc. Not even going to get in detail, but etc. The attacks on my body already because I chose to say yes to writing this play. And so y'all pray for me and make sure I'm covered by the blood as well, and I can come through this year out of these physical attacks. So other than that, I'm not giving up. Satan gonna try to. If he realize he can't get me, he's gonna try to go after my daughter. So my thing, y'all keep her in prayer as well, and anybody that's associated with me, that I keep y'all covered. You keep me covered because Satan don't play fair. He gonna try to come at you no matter way, no matter how. So I'm not afraid of him. Like T-Rex say, God come first. Like Shalik say, God come first. It's like talking to God in this song. So thank y'all for coming through. Please share. Wanda, Janice Payne, Nina Crunk, thank y'all for your sisterhood and your storyline. And Nina and Janice for being a good support system to Wanda and what she's been going through. It's amazing. You guys not only friends, but you became sisters, and now to be her support system is amazing. To Wanda's parents, Bishop and First Lady, you guys amazing. For your support of your daughter and doing the things you're doing and being real with her and being there for her. Thank you guys for that as well. You're a great example of how to be good parents. So everybody, her brothers and all that stuff. It's an amazing story. So if you don't got this book, support our book. It's a great read. And support McClam Enterprise Production. Go to the website, see some of my past work, McClaменterpriseproduction.com. Want to shout out to Quincy as well. Quincy, he's the stage crew that builds it can build any set, just like this family room here. He can build it for me. So Quincy, thank you so much for that, for the Q company there. We got Reggie Humphrey and his family, Michelle, Nate, the crew there. Thank you for all the work you guys do for the McClam Enterprise Production. Let me see. Tony, like I say, Tony Hollins, thank you so much. We got We got Zach. Zach gonna be there. I think Zach Taylor. He's gonna be a part of the play. He's a singer. He's gonna be singing at Lamont. I think tomorrow. I believe. He's a great singer. He's gonna be appearing in the play as well. Once again, connected with him out in the community by Tony that managed him and other people that Tony managed. Bubba, if you're watching, man, shout out to you as well. He's a radio personality guy as well on this in the DC area. He gonna be announcing the play constantly on his radio station. So man, thank you so much. I appreciate the love and the favor there as well. Follow Bubba too as well. I shoot out the information in the comment section because he's gonna be doing a lot of promotion in the DMV as well. I just want to say thank you to my cast who planned all the roles. You guys are doing an amazing job. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. We're definitely gonna get through this here, and it's gonna be a great production. 1 o'clock, 6 o'clock show, and also the streaming show. Support McClam Enterprise Production, the Wanda Briscoe book, The Storm Has a Ministry too, and also get your tickets. Don't wait, get your tickets. All right. Those who got a group of more than 10, reach out to me. We'll work something out. We're trying to work with people. We want you to hear that story. We want you to be blessed. All right. God bless you. Thank you so much for those who stayed on to listen to the full duration. Love you. Peace. All right. Take care.